My name is Mtadwa Chairman. I am curious. We as a community that is trying to push, develop, equip, empower society, what are we doing? Over the years, we have been talking about the entertainment industry basing on musicians, MCs. Who are the other people? Dancers, yeah. Today I want to draw your attention to movies. Have you ever watched any Elgon based movie? Oh, I have. I have watched quite a number of movies
I
from
used
the.
to watch that movies when I was growing up.
Those were skits.
Uh,
Over the years, I have watched. Actually, not over the years. I've taken 2 months to watch some of the Elgon content movies. I must appreciate you're doing a very good work. It is too good that you even some of our people have even won awards, which is very good, isn't it? I am curious. Why are we doing? You said Kampala is when you're doing villages up country. So Kampala is what? Urban. So what are we doing most of Odogo, Chalugo, Odogo? Like you watch an Elgon movie and you're not pleased. In fact, you leave when you're very angry. You literally see people forcing themselves into a character. I want to educate us. In movies, there is no room for wrong. Because a movie you show, you don't tell. You don't come to explain, you show. Whatever you want to portray, you show. But I was seeing a Msoga struggling to speak English. I'm seeing a Muruda struggling to speak Luganda in the movie. What are you showing? And why are we people rushing to shoot our movies? Man, you hear someone shoot a movie in a week, in a day, 3 days, in 4 hours. Muliwa, tuliwana mwenye tukienda shooting a day, go and shooting like, what are we, really? We have come to this level. The question is, why are you rushing for the project that is actually not paying immediately? Because movies have not started paying us properly as we should be paid. You look at a movie and you be like, God, I don't want to identify as an Elgon person, as a Bugisu person. And it is very worse when they are trying to do culture. Oh God. I understand. Our culture is a little bit confused. That one I understand. But if you're depicting something about the Bagisu, let it be real Bagisu. I don't want to find you in a movie coloring like Muganda. Because we have Bagisu, we have a way of coloring. Eh? Women of Mbale, we have a lifestyle. So whatever you're wanting to show us in your movies, let it be real. Can you imagine I saw a movie, 3 movies, the same characters, they had the same hairstyle, they're putting on the same clothes. It's like they were swapping their clothes. Thank you. This is a drink for short people. Desert Dungu. That is a problem. Every time you want to tell us a movie, you're spoiling it. This goes to the Elgon Film Association. It is still there. I saw they post somewhere. This goes to the Elgon Film Association. I think you either not educating enough or you're not monitoring these things because they are good for consumption of home. But we also need an identity. When you put something out there, let us stop producing content for consumption of home. Let us learn to export content. But how then are we going to start exporting content when it is not worth the wait? I want to see a movie that can challenge me, a movie that can be like, you see, I'm not talking about the quality of the movie. I'm talking about the characters in the movie, the performances of the movie, where you watch a movie and be like, okay, I think I need to watch something like this. But we don't have that. I want to appreciate the few people who are actually trying to do something, but it is it's for explaining. We don't want you to explain. You see, in the music you can explain to us, but in Movies you show, you just show the things and don't explain. Don't be like, whatever kati yao. Nali nkwesa simia tekino. How does Rina Mlonji said, Didn't want to hear. I went back and I was like, nah, yeah. Because someone was like, but some of them are using phones. Some of them don't have money. I went back to the movies, the Nigerian old movies. Kana you, Chutaru Agu. Eh? Of those those years when they are acting in the village, where you really see into light, bali batapinga from the sun, and it goes, it disappears, even see a boom mic. But no one would notice those things. Why? Because the acting was cool. But here, watching a movie, the guy is looking in the camera, and the editor is not even cutting it out. Like, hey, what is not happening? Also, we have very many stories to act about. At least I am telling the writers, whoever is writing this script, Manang, you first forget about Telemundo because you even don't want to kiss in the movies. The last movie I saw people kissing, it was. But we many people don't know how to kiss. Do you know that?
Yeah.
They put you and you act. But there's a girl who knew how to kiss in some kind of movie there. I was like, man. Anyway. All I'm saying, there is a lot of fresh talent. And also, where did this demon of having producer, director, scriptwriter, evangelist, master of ceremony, prompts master, cinematographer, one person on one movie? It is not fair. But if you want to do like Tyler Perry, we understand. Pay those people and own the credits. It is very useless for you to be all those things and yet you have a team of people who can do. You remind me of a movie. There's a movie we shot there, somewhere there of my friend, even had misunderstandings. Nenga yebuli chimu. Choka yali atuyisa okonti, but mama he ended up bringing musicians to direct. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Also, some of you who are blessed, who are on social media, why can't you post about us? If something is bad, talk about it, but also the good things, you talk about them. Did you know that Washa is one of the best performers I've seen? But by the way, do you know that you can imagine, do you know if I was a scriptwriter in Mbali right now, if I had money, I would get Inspector Jill if I'm doing like a very good Lukisu movie. Not like those old setting, the village, up country. I get Jill, get Papalova, I get Washa, I get Mohozo. Now those people, a little bit, then I also get Javi. Those people, they give you what they call depth of Lugisu. I ever enjoyed people speaking Lugisu. You get.
When I'm listening to Javi.
Cut now, get Javi, Jill, Paparova, Wash.
During COVID, Papalova was good.
You first forget those things of Mad Lips. You get them. That's why you never even tell you Paparova is in the wrong business. You get those people and put them. I swear to God, everyone will watch them. Kati, if you don't want to put them in the movies, put them on a podcast. Jiro, Papalova, Bwasha, Jari, and Mohoto. Even the people who don't know Lugisu, they want to listen. First of all, when they are speaking from the point of I know and I love what I'm talking about. Not that people you should bring in what? In acting. Don't bring funny faces that I'm seeing here, funny people. That is how Kampala people beat us. They will see someone, or your guy to take him. Which take it. There's a day, probably it was in the night, Jiru Papalova, me, and there's some people Hoto, Emma Wakuta at Starch Gardens, they record. Those people, they call it horror Marokis. Like they speak Lugisu, even you be like, guy, I don't know. I don't know Lugisu. What I'm speaking is nothing. Then there's a time Jiru goes deep and is speaking like those people of this side. Then you're going to not Namisina. There's that place. That's why with Magari. You know that Lugisu of Magari is like one of the sweetest Lugis according to me. But then you are watching. Even there's a friend of mine who directed Derek in Sirongo, who shoots movies. That one has the best characters in Uganda. When you got the best, nti bwe banoonya actor asobola and they are passionate naye aba directing nga si bulungi.
Okay, so Jill's song was even good. Okay, that's it. I think it was AI.
Which one?
They changed it.
Which song?
The Hamwe, the song. You had the AI. Oh my.
I really listen to some things.
Cool.
Which is, you see now, Kati, you see, if you got Jill, because these people are your friends, they are easy to be. I don't think if you told Jill that I want you to be in my movie, Ngalaba na yayitawo yitulu, he wouldn't buy the ideology. Ukitegedde. Noba shootinga, noba kolamu. Nemugende wa Jeff Stuma, because he's one of the people I know who is supporting the art. Mugende wa Jeff Stuma, nomugamba banna, badde njagala tukolemu akantu. Eyo tuweeyo 2,000,000 oba tuwe ekifo. You get mugende wa Nkunda. These are the people who are now in the entertainment industry. Because entertainment is not just music. It goes beyond that. But the reason is we are very comfortable with the people we can control or we don't want to share. That is how our movies are going to stop here. But I am, you want to say something? You speak. But I'm assuring you, if they put those characters together, the whole world will watch that movie.
Actually, the thing is, these characters can use some.
I know many people are saying, let me tell you, you don't need to be friends with Jill or Mohozo to do something. You erase that one, erase it out of your head. Do you know why? Because we have these people that I'm talking about, I've worked with them. Sometimes when there is money, sometimes when there is no money. But it also comes to how is that person benefiting from whatever you put him on the table. And what relationship are you building? You can be like, guy, I know we are not friends, but there is a project I want us to shoot. If the project works out, we are going to share these shares. If it does not work out, I have a mitwalo abiri. That is how they do business. To respond to the statement you said, of course, buli omu alina gwali yako, buli omu alina gwaluma. That is the nature of art. There is no man in this world who was given 100 million, naziwaya 100 million to any art. It is impossible. We know. But we are saying we can still do all that and still push the narrative. You've heard these people who are saying rumors in the world. Get those people. You see, you can be like this if you don't have money. You tell Esther 95, you'd be like, you'd be like, Esther, I'm shooting a film about Bamasab, but I don't have money. I request your song to be as a soundtrack in my movie. Then we shall share. Don't worry about the background. What I'm saying, because Asta also has to calculate and the team, do they benefit from this project you're bringing? If they're going to benefit, then what will they need to give you? Is it just more than a song? Because over times, many people are using songs freely. But now you've brought a way of copyrighting the song that she's going to benefit, you're also going to benefit. But you have to assure her, written document, nti munnange akasente kaba kazize, we shall do what? We shall share. Are you getting my point? It's what I'm trying to tell you. But the only problem that we are having is that twagala tulye buli kimu. You cannot be the one eating all the money and you expect people to do all the things. Do you think if someone said, Jeff, I want to be on the team of Elgon Festival just to get this content and push it, he would refuse? But I want you to give me a budget of this and this. Do you think he would refuse? This is a guy who has been supporting creatives from way back. Shirabe Shintecho. Mukunda here organize Mr. MT Records organizes events. Nomuloping, I'm going to but then Saba. Won't pay your time. Now the script writer, I write about Asta's life. Do you see how that one makes sense? But we have, because now we some of us would love to do things. but you are not blessed like that. But people who are blessed like that, but are not using that opportunity. Why? Because they are focused on doing content of Nollywood. But imagine if you get Asta ina akana akawala ke kamufana. Imagine when you're shooting like let's say the life of Asta. Hmm? Nokwata akakana kamufanana tandika okashootinga bulamu bwe nga bukula wekitegedde awo makati noteekawo omuntu omulala then noba n'omulaga the rise oshooting a show a number ya girls rising. Imagine how that would be. Little money, big production. Because you'll shoot how the life you see to girls rising otukaina omulaga kati nga tibafinya ku stage. It is real, it is original, it is relatable. You have shown a life of Asta. But why is it not happening like that? Because everyone who gets a chance to look in a camera or to be mentioned on a mic believes it's big and does not need the other. But if you keep doing like that, you are going to stay static. Unfuna. Me, I don't see comedy in the bad. But if you ask me, does Papa Lover know how to make people laugh? I will tell you yes. Which take it. Does he know how to sing? Yes, he used to sing very good songs, singing and performing at launch. Right now, if they hold a meeting that they want a very good actor, the first person I'd recommend is Papa Lover. Because I have seen him actually act both in a drama and both in the movies. Get this guy, equip him, mulage afuniramu wano. It will also be nice nga mu firimu yo mulimu omuyimbi ate ng'aze ng'ayagala. Ate ekyamakulu ng'aze ng'alaba nti afuna okwata omuyimbi omuteeka mugayo oluyimba lwe lugenda okukola nga soundtrack. Olaba ng'alajja apushing over oluyimba. We should start thinking big. We should not just think like how people who are talking about Kadwadi think. Narrow minds. People are thinking of being great in Bogota. We should stop thinking like that. We should take it. The most annoying thing is we are so much into things that are containing us in one circle. The thing that build us are actually not there. Ask me a very talented place that I know in Uganda. It is Elgon region. It has the best fashion designers, good comedians out. What is there's a movie I watched called Code, Child of the Death and Smanyid Dam. I've watched something like that. That movie, 90% of it, you didn't hear a word. In fact, 80%. It's called Coda, yes. 70% you would not hear a word. What? It was just signs, yeah? Omwana, family tetegeera naye nga ye alikola signs, biki all those things. Kati Herbert, there's a guy, do you know Herbert Brown? Do you know Herbert Brown? Oh. And you know what? Hey! Herbert Brown teaches, or was teachers at a school of those people, of the deaf, the special kids, deaf and bichi. Get Herbert Brown, take a project to their school. Because first of all, these special kids have not been given a platform. The way people who can make noise have given a platform. Bafuni. Bagenda we shooting a film on sign language. You write a script with Herbert Brown, with the dead person in the dam. Kwanga aliko esa sign. Obikolemu. Film eyo. It is not for bad. That's a movie for the world. When you've promoted the school, kyowulaba amasomero g'ekampani gakola challenge kaitambula. It was only Progressive which used to do the things. I remember. But neera nayo nga beerwana. Kiraba. HM alikuwa simanyi MDD biki. It was a lot of confusion. Mulikola n'abaana baffe ate mulikola biki. And yet these kids, when they leave school, they do the same things they are saying that is spoiling them for. But you are saying a school like Mbale says it cannot do the things for their students. Big. I've known Mbale, I've started interacting with students of Mbale since from 2012. Always disappointment. Tewawa bifashion, tewawa biki. Abana balimu kipinga just kusoma. But you see how the world is. Abasinga basoma nabo abafundikira mu bintu bya bwongo. You have to reach a time when you have to elevate the brain. Kati nimu kono teganti. Okay, I need the knowledge from school, but I need also the skills. Maybe if you don't do those things as a region, something is not right. Something is not right. But you see, do you know the shocking thing about it all is that there are stories ezisooka otukumya. Kati you have a film actor, but mind the biggest movie that will sell right now, it will be about Umukuka and the comedy they are playing. Who's there too? I even asked the question, who is going to be the head of Kanodi? Wali onali ku ntebe sano, wali agamba nti bagimubbamu. You get it? Then the funny thing, the people who say they love Wagisu, that Umukoka, they have a cabinet which has social media something. Abeera ku live n'abeerako abantu nga bana. Naye nga TikTok ejuddeko Wagisu. Ne tebaatendinga. Nobasanga eri bali ku makerere. You speak Rugisu, which they don't attend those things where they are hosting, even if the Umukoka himself is being hosted. But now imagine if someone gets a budget of shooting about the Umukoka story. Washtaken, how is it going to be? But the problem also is like this. Because you are shooting, this is one thing that has failed us. There are two ways of doing culture. There's one when you do Rugisu, when you do the local language 100%. There is two when you do English, but in the accent of the local language. Do you get the difference? If the Nigerians were doing Igbo language, would it Katunda like that? But God must be crazy they did South Africa for a difference. The Nigerians were portraying the culture and traditions of the Nigerians, but they're doing it with the English version. Ate aba South Africa, ate bwe batunda culture yaabwe biki ne history biki byabwe naye nga bakozesa South Africa mukka bakaliiro. Kati ngayinza okubuuza, but who will watch the Rugisu? Does it mean you are saying you're doing it for the Rugisu? Stop. Do it for the world. Movies are not supposed to be contained. Movies, music, entertainment is not supposed to be contained in one place. But now, I've spoken a lot. My name is Mtevenwa Chairman. I never thought I would say this, but kindly subscribe. They say subscribe to my channel. Nakatandise bannange ndi musajja munaku. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on any social media you're thinking of.